In this segment, we're going to review the dump settings in use function. So let's say maybe you have some settings on your chart that you really like for a particular asset or interval, and you want to save a copy of those. One of the ways you can do that is you can actually dump the settings on your chart. You can also use it in the event that maybe you're not sure exactly which settings you have on the chart, and you just want to double check and make sure that things are set appropriately before you start to trade. So we're going to go down here, and this is toward the bottom. So right here, dump settings in use, we're going to set this to true. And you can dump them to a file. I'm going to set that also to true. And this is where it's going to dump it. So you have to have a chart tools folder on your computer in order to have this not give you an error when you turn this on. And then the next piece of it, chart tools settings for use, that is the name that's put on the front end of the file name, so you know what type of file that is. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it to dump it as a CSV so we can put it into Excel. Okay, you can see that it has already dumped the file. And so you can see it's got that first part, chart tool settings used for. Then it will tell you the asset, the interval, and then it's going to give you the year, the month, the day, and even the time of day. So 16:49 and 39 seconds. So let's open this up. And this is what your file will look like. So it will show you, we haven't talked about OSF files yet, but if you use custom OSF files to put specific settings into your chart tool, it will show you that what files were loaded. And then this shows you all your settings, even down to the colors you use for different things. So you can see it's a complete list of all the settings and the setting values. And then, so that can come in very handy. So if we want to look at the dump file and see how these settings compare to the standard default settings, we have the ability to use that through the standard compare worksheet. So let me show you how to do that. This is the compare chart tool setting standard, and we have some instructions in there for you. But right here, you can go to this feature right here to compare the settings, and it will show you if there's a difference between the settings you have and the default settings for the tools. So the first thing we have to do is go to the dump settings tab, and we need to pull the data from the other file. So if you go to this file, click up in the A1, hit Control-Shift-End. That will highlight all your information. Then you can hit Control-C to copy it. Then you'll go over to your other file, and you're going to click on this yellow space right here. And we're going to paste 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to hit the button here to filter the data. And then what this will show us is anywhere where there's a difference between the default settings and the settings for which we have loaded on our chart. So you can see that you can actually quickly filter by the color and quickly see everything that is different. And that can be very handy when you want to make sure that you have the correct settings on your charts.